If you want people to like you, stop being so nice. I know, it seems counterintuitive. But the thing is there's a big difference between kind and between nice. One of them, kindness, is coming from this place of authenticity, and niceness is coming from a place of scarcity. It's coming from a place of looking for other people's acceptance or approval, or to feel good about our own selves, to convince ourselves that we are good, that we're doing the right thing. And we expect that if we're really nice, which often includes people-pleasing and self-sacrificing, self-abandoning, that people are going to like us, because then we're more pleasing, we're more acceptable, we're going along with things, easy to get along with, all of that good stuff. But the thing is that has a shelf life, because at some point, like if you're just seeing somebody in passing all the time, you can get away with it for a lot longer, maybe forever. But if there's people that you're going to be deeply interacting with, your truth, your authenticity is going to come out in one way or the other. And if you're being nice, not from a place of kindness, but from a place of niceness, then it's going to build resentment, because you're pouring from an empty cup. You're giving something that isn't authentic, that isn't really there to give. When you're being kind, it comes from this infinite place of love and overflow that's within us, this understanding that we're all part of the same collective, part of the same whole. And being kind, it's just a byproduct of being in our authentic selves. When we're being kind, it comes from this place of I have enough. There's enough to share. Just like you see someone and you like their dress and you're like, wow, that's a really pretty dress. And if she's super cool, she's going to be like, it's got pockets. Or maybe it doesn't have pockets. But either way, that didn't cost anything. It came from a place of plenty. Like there's no limit of how many compliments I can give, of how affirming I could be of lifting someone up. Now, if I come from a place and I don't really like the person's dress, but I want that person to do something for me, so I'm like, hey, nice dress, it's going to have a different vibration to it. Authenticity, even like with love being considered, authenticity is the highest, the purest vibration. It is the truth of who we are. So when it's coming from a place of authenticity, that truth is going to be felt. We can feel truth in our bodies. We feel when someone's speaking truth to us. But if it's coming from a place of being nice and trying to get something, or trying to control someone's perception of us, trying to control our perception of ourselves, that's going to come through differently, and that's going to be felt. It's not going to have the result that we're looking for. So niceness, it may make an impression to a degree, but it's not going to last. It has this very short shelf life. So if you're just being nice and passing, fine. But I guarantee you that if you cultivate the kindness in yourself, if you move aside the people pleasing so that you can fill your own cup and not self-abandon and build this place of deep trust and abundance within yourself that is not built on this scarcity, then the kindness comes out easily. Then you want to be kind because you feel good and you feel at peace and you feel abundant in all of the ways, so that it's easy to share that with others. You also understand, when you're in alignment with your authentic self, that we are all from the same source. We all want one in the whole. Like every person I meet is me in a different form. And when we really understand that what helps one helps all, what hurts one hurts all, it comes from a place of self-love. Because you want to cultivate kindness, you want to grow kindness, you want kindness, more of that to be in the world. And because you see that other person, you see yourself in that other, it's like namaste, right? The sacred or the holy in me, the divine in me recognizes the divine in you. And that's where true kindness comes from. It's this understanding that we are love, that we are this infinite source, and that the more we recognize that and amplify that in each other, the more that it is, and the more that it's like literally raising the vibration of humanity and of the planet and moving us towards the future and the reality that we want to live in and the reality that we want to be seeing and creating. So the niceness, again, it comes from this disingenuous place of trying to get something from yourself, from others. It's a place of control. But kindness, it comes from a place of truth and a place of authenticity. And I want you to just do a little exercise with me in your body. I'm just feeling prompted to do this. So close your eyes and take a deep breath with me. And I want you to imagine like being nice. Like doing something because you feel like that's what you're supposed to do. Not from a place of being genuine in your heart, but just like at work or in a general passing at a time when you're being nice to someone. And I want you to feel that in your body and what it feels like and how deep it goes within your soul. Like, what does it feel like in your cells? Does it feel expansive? Does it feel contraction? Does it feel warm? Does it feel cold? And note how that feels. And then I want you to tap into a feeling of kindness when you're being truly kind out of in this place that feels connected to love, or you feel that kindness coming from someone else and you don't feel like they're trying to get anything from you or trying to make you feel a certain way. They're just kind because it's coming from their heart. How does that feel in your body? How does that feel in your cells? How does that feel? Does it feel expansive? Does it feel contraction? Does it feel warm? Does it feel cold? I guarantee you that if you're tapping into yourself, if you're truly tapping in, I can even feel it and saying it. You can feel a difference in the vibration of those two things between niceness and kindness. And we want, to develop this true, if you really want people to like you, which is really to be seen, right? You really want people to see you, to understand who you are. Because when people see your authentic self, past the walls and the masks and the defenses, there's nothing but stuff to like. It's all beautiful because it's love and it's pure and it's divine, right? So whatever that authentic self is, I promise it's beautiful. Beyond all the things that you feel are so shameful, beyond the shadows, like, is that light. It's just a big, bright, shining light. And that's what we really want to be liked, is we want people to see that light in us. And that's what kindness does. So there are ways that we can cultivate kindness in our lives, in a way that first is always by giving it to ourselves, and then that's going to reflect out into the world around us. I always talk about this. I will never stop recommending the Mindful Self-Compassion Workbook with Kristin, Neff, and I know there's another co-author on there, and Fierce Self-Compassion. Both amazing, amazing books. They're kind of similar, so you really could just go with one or the other. But cultivating compassion for yourself and understanding that judgment towards others is judgment towards yourself. And the Mindful Self-Compassion Workbook goes through this whole, I think it's 13 weeks, but this whole program of deprogramming this self-judgment and self-criticism. And once we remove that, like, being kind comes more easily, because instead of seeing other people in their flaws and seeing people's shadows, we start seeing the light in others, because that's what we're seeing in ourselves, right? And it's all reflections. We're all projecting and reflecting. So when we see that, when we're putting our light out there and we're seeing ourselves in our light, then we start to see others in their light. So that cultivates kindness, because when you see the light in others, it makes you happy and you feel good and you want to expand that. It's just natural to expand that. It's like connecting with someone out in public, or just having a shared moment with someone that you loved, where you just feel this like big heart, and you feel like the heart magic like expanding out of you. That's what kindness does. That's how kindness feels. Niceness has this resentful pull to it, this strain, this obligation to it, and it's more societal, more patriarchal. And again, to cultivate this kindness in ourselves, it's, being in nature. I'm always going to recommend being in nature, understanding, seeing how nature works. Like, the rivers provide water, not to themselves, but to the world around them. The fruit trees provide fruit to the world around them. Like, nature gives. Nature is there to provide. But if it's not being filled, it's not being nourished, then it cannot provide. Then it dries up and it doesn't have to give. But when everything's working together in union and nourishing each other, and the leaves are falling to the ground and creating compost and creating nutrients, and the rivers are running and the rain is falling and the water gets in there, then the trees produce fruit, not for themselves, but for others to enjoy, for the bugs, for the critters, for us to enjoy that fruit. Nature is always a beautiful example of like how we're going to live our purest and most authentic lives, because we are nature. We are part of this earth, but we have this like mind that is in this ego that pulls us in different directions. But the earth in her purity is that. It's just divine. It's pure. And when we look at that as an example, we can see what kindness looks like. You see so much like animals out in the wild, these videos of animals helping other animals that we would think of as prey, but they're actually helping them and helping their babies or raising their young that's not even their species. Like, this kindness is natural. It is what's our authentic selves. I wrote some notes. I don't want to miss anything, so I am going to go to my notes real quick, but Yeah, seeing your inner child and meeting their inner child, like meeting that person's inner child. So a lot of times I do this exercise when I'm feeling really hurt or upset at someone. I really go into where are those feelings coming from? Like, what is it activating within me that's from my past that my inner child is feeling? Like, what wound is that activating within me? And then I try to envision their inner child and what wound is being activated that they are acting in the way that they are that feels hurtful. And I have my inner child, I envision this, I have my inner child connect with their inner child, and we hug and we play and we get along and we have a great time. I feel like connecting with another person's inner child, because when we see children, we are a lot more understanding and empathetic. And I think connecting with another person's inner child, it brings out that empathy and that natural kindness. Going into your heart space, imagining your inner light growing and glowing from the inside out, like literally just going into that heart chakra and seeing that light glowing, it makes you smile. I remember my massage teacher always used to say, as you're massaging, like, wear a smile on your heart. And every time I hear his voice, and I'll say that, Stephen Keith, if you ever run into this, you're out there, if you know him, I've lost touch with him and would love to see him, but if you're ever like feeling like, even sometimes when I'm working out and it feels hard or whatever, I just hear him like, wear a smile on your heart. And when I put that smile on my heart, it lights me up. It makes my heart light grow bigger. So imagining our heart light growing bigger, like that is a natural, like energetic way to put kindness into the world. And to feel it yourself. When you feel that heart space grow bigger, it shrinks the other ones that are working against that. And a lot of times, like in a situation, it's like, what am I trying to accomplish with this? If you're doing something nice, or kind of like ask yourself, what am I trying to accomplish with this? And that'll kind of let you know if you're doing it to be nice. Or if it's a negative thing and you're like attacking someone or correcting someone or trying to fix someone, what am I trying to accomplish with this? And don't go into the like fooling yourself so that you can stay in this block of I'm a good person. Be honest with yourself. Listen to that inner voice. Don't go into your mind, but when you ask yourself these questions, really tune in and listen to that inner voice. Like, what am I trying to accomplish with this? And whatever it tells you, that there's going to be a lot of really helpful information there, right? Understanding how the different energies are affecting your life, your authenticity, your manifestations, your connections, your goals, or your dreams. Understanding what we're putting out is what we're going to get back in any scenario is also like, it's a very self-motivating, but so what? It works. It's a reason to tap into that true kindness, because again, what helps the world helps us. What helps us helps the world. We're all the same. If you don't want to be nice to someone, like how to be kind to them anyway. I feel like that's a really important thing that I didn't want to miss. So I'm so glad I wrote that down. But sometimes that just means not engaging. And that is the kind thing. It's the kind thing for them and it's the kind thing for you. Because the niceness would be fake. It would make the energy funky. It would make you feel like you were self-abandoning. They would feel likely pretty gross about it. I mean, I have people that are not, I don't have a lot of enemies, but I'm not liked by everybody. I have a strong personality and I'm not liked by everybody. And I have certain people that I know that they don't like me. And then they come up to me and they're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I've literally sometimes, like when I've gotten to the point where there's just nowhere to go from where we're at, I'll just be like, well, you don't have to do this. It's good to see you. I hope you're well. And leave it alone. Or if there's somebody who's truly just been detrimental and awful to me and they're trying to bring this, I'm just like, no, thank you. And I'll walk away. Sometimes not engaging is the kind thing to do. Because for one, it's not taking any more of their energy. They don't have to be fake and put that out there. And it's not taking yours. And you're not self-abandoning and pretending, being inauthentic, pretending something's true that when it really isn't. And when you feel the impulse to be unkind, ask yourself, is this going to leave lasting damage that can't be repaired, or irreparable damage, right? When you feel the need to be unkind, stop yourself and ask, okay, I'm angry at this person right now, but if I say or do this thing, it's going to cause lasting damage. And I want this person to be in my life. I want us to have a good relationship. So let me think to past this when I'm not angry and we're getting along again. Am I going to want to have done this thing? Am I going to want to have said this thing? And that will bring you back to your true kindest self, right? And again, what do I wish to accomplish with this? Is this coming from a place of hurt? Is this coming from a place of joy? Is this coming from a place of overflow? Is this coming from a place of pain? Is this coming from a place of revenge? Like being really honest with ourselves about these things. This is how we really get into those deep shadows. And where do I feel this in my body? A lot of times if you don't have the answers to this and you're not getting answers coming to you when you ask yourself these questions, find it in your body and then you can ask it then and something will come to you. I guarantee it. But just feeling it in your body and just like putting your hand there, sending some love there, sending some light there, will invite that energy to move. And is there a clearer, kinder way to express this, to express what I'm feeling? Is there a kinder way to say this that will maintain my truth? So that you're not self-abandoning, but that you're also being kind and you're considering that greater whole and you're considering that person's soul and that person's spirit and what your words and actions can do to that person. Yeah, being kind not only uplifts us, it uplifts the collective. And we are raising the collective energy, but we also get to see ourselves in a more favorable light and a light that feels authentic. And that's the secret sauce right there, right? That's the name of the game. Being nice perpetuates the status quo. Being kind is a big key to unlocking your authenticity. If this resonated with you, let me know. Leave it in the comments. I'm gonna make a meditation for this. It won't be up today. It'll probably be up tomorrow. But I thank you for being here. I love you. I'm proud of you. Just keep showing up, and I will too.